Ginger, cinnamon, chia
The
seeds.
numbers, okay? The numbers are going to come down. The cholesterol numbers are coming down. The glucose numbers are coming down. The A1C numbers are coming down. They're all coming down. And there are a lot of different ways to put your diabetes in remission. It doesn't have to just be okra water, but okra water does an awful lot. Listen, it's $20, 30 days to no life. Go ahead. But look, therapist dumped her medicine in front of us. Lieutenant yours got up and walked in front of us because of the okra water. They're just so special to me in my life. They're just so special. Oh wait, I just ran up the stairs and almost cried again, but I'll get to that. So yeah, the very next morning after signing myself out the hospital, I came across Miss Brigitte's 5011 page because I tell everybody when you're giving out good information that's actually going to heal people, they shut you down. They were talking about okra water and all of everybody's testimony on her page. I was just sitting there listening, and it was so early in the morning, you guys. I usually don't even get on that early. I'm usually really tired, wake my children up, go back to bed. But by the grace of God, I found her and I listened. I came up on her panel, told her what was going on. I know I sounded horrible because I felt horrible. I still was in buckled over pain. They gave me 50 antibiotic pills, and instead of taking the pills, I actually listened to everything that she said. I started drinking the okra water. But my very first day of drinking okra water, within 12 hours, I had my first poop in 2 weeks. And I was like, okay, it's something to this. So I turned around and I came back the next day and I listened to everything that she had to say. But in my mind, I was like, all right, I choked this snot water down. I call it snot water. I said I choked this down. It didn't have a flavor, but it was more so the texture that I was scared of. So I was like, I don't eat breakfast. Let me make a smoothie. I've been making a smoothie every single morning since that day. And whenever I go off, I don't know if she's coming on today. I'm on a little late, but whenever I go off, the therapist comes on and shows you how to make a smoothie. If you gotta have a smoothie with it. For sure, because I had to push past the slime. Because again, I was amazed that made me go to the bathroom. I was in here eating dairy products because I'm lactose intolerant, and I was trying to force myself to go and still couldn't go. So I was like, let me stick with this okra. I started making a smoothie. I was consistent. In 30 days, you guys, I went to my cardiologist appointment. So I said I have diverticulitis. I also have a condition called chronic obstructive hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, which is a form. Listen, I only know it because I have it. Because I promise you, when the doctor said it the first time, I was like, "Say that again," and then we had to write it down because I was like, "That's a lot of words." But literally, I have heart failure. Well, I'm not trying to speak that into my future. I whatever you want to put to it, I'm gonna just say there's heart failure that runs in my family, and it touched me. Being consistent, drinking the smoothies for 30 days, I went to my cardiologist who had just put me on the transplant list back in September of 2025. And I had a scheduled CT scan as well as an echocardiogram. So the CT scan further confirmed that, my gut was fine from the diverticulitis. But the other thing that they saw, my condition means that my heart muscle is so thick. My heart beats so strong that the walls thicken, and my heart was closing up on itself in real time, which is why I was put on the transplant list. When I went to that echocardiogram, my tech, who usually sees me every single visit, she's like, when you go to sleep, your heart rate, I get the best reading. Well, this time when I fell asleep, she shook me and woke me up, and she was like, Danielle, what are you doing? And I said, what do you mean? What's wrong? She said, what the hell are you doing? I said, what do you mean? She said, your gradient has changed a lot. And I have to get an echocardiogram every 30 days because the medicine Camzyos that they put me on, I'm in a test phase. I'm considered the guinea pig for this medication. It's called risk evaluation management. That's what they put me in. So I'm the person that tests the medication to make sure it's safe for the general public. That's the study that I was in. She said, your gradient is different. And I said, what do you mean by that? So she said, let me get the cardiologist down here. I guess because she didn't want to just tell me anything. So she had my cardiologist come look. She paged her and she looked and she said, Danielle, what are you doing? And I said, what do you mean? She said, what have you done different in the past 30 days from your last echo? I said, well, You know, I was at the hospital. I had diverticulitis. I said the only thing that I've changed is I've been drinking the okra water smoothie every day. And she said, keep doing it. She said, I just want to ask you one question. I said, what? She said, do you want to stay on the transplant list or would you like to get off? Because your heart is improving at a rate that you don't have, it doesn't look like you have to stay on the transplant list. So I was taken off the transplant list. And not only that, I was taken off of the medication, Camzyos, simply because with that medication, it's supposed to, one of the risk factors is called risk evaluation management. One of the risk factors of taking Camzyos is heart failure. And I already have heart failure, so I was already scared to take it. But that's why I started crying. Like, I literally came back the next day and I had to
Listen, y'all, there's too many receipts coming around. I'm telling you guys right now. I don't know where Lieutenant yours had to go. I got Cheryl and I got blood type in the house. I'm gonna let them speak. I was just getting ready to go when I see these big wigs come in, I can't help but bring them up for y'all because they have so much to say. Listen,
can I tell you that I didn't know at that time that my heart improved, but I'm actually starting to feel it, and that's why I almost cried again. I just ran up the stairs from answering the doorbell. I didn't feel winded, lightheaded, dizzy, any of those things. So I know in real time my heart is still improving.
folks, listen. This is a journey, and I don't know where your journey is or where it's going to begin. But at some point, you got to get to getting off sugar. At some point, you got to get to killing the parasites. At some point, you got to realize you got to change your tongue. We've been duped. I was too. I was scared. I know you are too. But there's life after sugar, and you can do something. You can still make a cake with almond flour and date syrup.
Life
You're
after
still
sugar
learning
is
to do
full
it
of
differently.
power.
You got to change your tongue, change it. I don't care where I am. I'm traveling now. So one of the guys, I'm traveling. I just came with it. I'm traveling. You're gonna go get your shit, man. Simple as shit to help you live. You gotta try. You can ill afford to. Where did Audrey go? Audrey had to pop down, didn't she? Listen, sure positivity is another one. Y'all gotta, when y'all listen to these testimonies, and I gotta put the heavy hitters in the house, which is Mr. Big, which is Hood Therapist, which is Coach Angela, which is Blood Type, which is Lieutenant you over Show About Liberty. These are receipts. We ain't paying each other to be here. What to do about high blood pressure? Baby, all I talk about every day is high blood pressure. Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 a.m. CDT time. And you got three things that you can take: some apple cider vinegar, two tablespoons 3 times a day, and some water. Diarrhea. I meant to bring you up in there, diarrhea. You're going to drink some okra water, or you got 3 things: hibiscus tea. Which one you gonna do? The apple cider vinegar will get it out right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you go
drink the okra water. You drink the okra water. I got whoever that was that just asked Brigitte about getting off of blood pressure meds. She told you she got receipts. I am her receipt. She put me on the big screen all the time. I am your receipt. I am your receipt. I got off of blood pressure meds because I found Brigitte. April of last year, okay? I found this lady, and I'm going to tell you something. She traveled yesterday. So I want y'all to know, when I tease you all, and I talk to y'all, and I tell y'all, the spirit of Brigitte comes on me, and she said, what's on your medicine table? What's on your medicine? I don't care where she is. Brigitte can be in Texas. She can be in Florida. She can be in California. She can be in North Kakalaki. She can be in bumfuck you know where. But guess what? Brigitte got a medicine table. Do you? That part. Because Brigitte carries her medicine table wherever she go. She assembles it. If she don't have it, she go to the hood and go to the store. And she gets her. I see it.